Brighton College Bangkok. I'm just going to read you about Brighton. Brighton College opened in September of 2016 as is the sister school to Brighton College UK, England's School of the Decade, as chosen by the Sunday Times. They offer academic excellence with a unique culture of curiosity, confidence, and kindness. Their iconic 20-acre campus, I guess that's 50 rise, all right, is located in Krungthep Kreetha, east of Bangkok. They're easily accessible by major highways, approximately 30 minutes drive from downtown Bangkok and 15 minutes from the Suvarnabhumi Airport. And I'm going to be bringing on the stage here the head of school, Mr. Mike Walton. One momento, please. How are you today?
Great. I'm very well. Thank you.
Excellent. So as I've offered for the other schools as well, one of the things I would like to offer you is just as a sort of an initial piece here is there anything that you'd like to add to your sort of normal blurb about Brighton that you either particularly want to point out about the school or that you'd like to tell everybody about?
Yeah, thank you. And look, Stephen, thank you very much for giving us this opportunity, and thank you to your listeners and watchers for giving me an opportunity to talk a bit about Brighton College in Bangkok. And you asked me, is there anything that I'd particularly like to say? And I think if you ask the pupils here what stands out amongst many things, I think it would just be the quality of teaching. The teaching here, in my opinion, is outstanding. I'm often in awe of what I see around the school, both in the classrooms and outside. So, you know, if you were going to ask me to pick one feature, it would be the teaching.
You know, I love that because every comic book that my child reads has the teacher, you know, in opposition to the students. So I love that you point out that feature that the students might first say that they would appreciate the teachers. A little bird told me, you know, recently as well that you had something of a fantastic performance in the A Levels recently. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, we were very pleased. We started the sixth form 3 years ago. So last summer was our first cohort going through and doing the A Levels exams. We got 97% A A, which is incredible. I mean, you know, that you'd be hard to find a school anywhere that would beat that. It's a high bar to follow, but you know, we were very, very pleased, and it genuinely reflected the hard work of the pupils and the dedication of the teachers.
Since we're on the topic of teachers, before I ask my next question, I want to remind everybody this is a live summit. Right now, if you're watching us on Facebook, if you're watching us on YouTube, you can put a question in the chat here for Mr. Mike Walton. He is the head of school here at Brighton, and he would be happy to answer your questions. So throw a question in the chat there, and we'll get it answered. Interesting question, since we're kind of on the topic of, you know, you said your first tranche or your cohort of A Levels went through, and you also mentioned that many of the students might actually point out teachers as their prime, you know, as one of the key features of the school. How do you train your faculty to keep up with changes in education, especially, you know, this crazy thing we all know about online education, hybrid, you know, the modern teaching practices, and just, you know, subject matter expertise? Like, talk us about teachers upskilling and right skilling.
Yeah, I think whatever school you're in, your teachers will always be wanting to get better at what they do. It's a feature of teaching. People, however good they are, they always want to be better, to do more things, to help pupils in new ways. So you ask at Brighton how we do that. Well, we have a commitment, as all schools will do, to what we call CPD, Continuing Professional Development. We have many ways of delivering that. But I mean, it's more about an attitude in the staff room. And I was bowled over when I arrived here at the hunger of the teachers here to always be improving, always getting better. This morning at 7 o'clock, we were all in doing early morning training. This morning just happened to be the one I was in was all about how we feed back information on to children when they do tests. We're always trying to think, even the small things, how do we do it better to be more effective? And we have this, you know, every week, before school, after school. We will meet colleagues. Different colleagues will lead They will share their insights, share their research, share their discoveries, and in that way we all learn from each other. And obviously there are other more formal ways of developing CPD. A couple of months ago in December, we hosted a big conference, a Love of Learning conference. We had about 1,800 teachers and educationalists from around the region, particularly in Asia, and we were able to host an event where we could all enjoy learning together, not just in the school but beyond the school as well. And I think it's an attitude. It's that feeling of there's lots to learn. We are learners ourselves. We're always trying to learn to do things better.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for that. I want to remind everyone that, we do have some fantastic giveaways here. We've got some Amazon gift cards. We've got those 8 tickets to Vananava, and we do have, a one-night getaway to the Sofitel in Sukhumvit. For anyone who asks a question in the chat, just like Scarlett Graham just did here, Mike, she asks you, what other learning pathways do you offer in secondary at Brighton?
Well, the key curriculum pathways, we're an English national curriculum school. In year 10, we do GCSEs or IGCSEs, as many of the other schools featured today will do. And then at 16 plus, we follow the A Level program. The 2 post-16 programs your listeners are likely to hear most about today are the IB diploma and the A Level program. We deliver the A Level program.
Okay, excellent, fantastic. Sorry, I'm just looking at my list of questions here as well. One of the questions that was really important to the audience right now, that was asked to a couple of the other schools as well, was about pastoral care. Can you talk to us about the pastoral care at your school? Yeah,
we believe we have very strong pastoral care. Often it's every child has a form tutor who is probably the key point of call for parents and looking after the child's welfare in a pastoral sense. Then we have heads of houses, and they also have a major pastoral role. We have 4 houses, so you have that, what we call a vertical system, where you have people looking after people across the age range. And then, of course, we have senior members of staff who also have pastoral responsibility. But in a way, listing the pastoral staff is not the answer to your question, because it's everybody's responsibility to look after the welfare of children. And as one of the earlier speakers said, a happy child, it's all about having happy children. Happy children learn better when they're comfortable. So all of us here, no matter what your role in the school is, will take responsibility for that welfare of children, whether it's just making sure they're comfortable on a daily basis, or whether it's dealing with some of the bigger issues that inevitably come along.
Fantastic. One more question for you before we go into your formal presentation that we have teed up here. It comes from Chen Chanuk Loviranen, which I know that I've completely destroyed their name. How close is the relationship with the UK? Can Brighton pupils auto-transfer to the UK if they want?
Yes, of course. There's not an automatic transfer, but Brighton pupils can apply to Brighton College in the UK, as indeed they could apply to any other school. It's a very close relationship. I think, often international schools who have a relationship with a UK school, sometimes those relationships are very, very strong, sometimes less so. I can tell you ours is at the stronger end of the spectrum. So I will talk with Brighton College UK every week. I can probably communicate with them almost every day on some level. Brighton College UK has been an extremely successful school. As you mentioned in your introduction, they were called the
School of the Decade.
UK School of the Decade by Sunday Times, and that's an incredible accolade. So we know there's a lot from Brighton College UK that we can learn from and we can use. But of course we are a different school in a different country, so we're not identical. But what we do is we look to learn from each other and benefit where we can. But it's a very strong relationship, and I think if anybody from Brighton College UK came to our site here, or anybody from my school went there, they would feel a very similar ethos and a very similar way of approaching education.
Super. Thank you so much, Mike. I unfortunately, as I've been finding, I'm going to be playing catch up all day today. But there is one more question for you in the chat there from Sam Diamond. So I hope that you'll be able to take a chance to talk to him about what explains the really good A-level results. But as you go and do that, I want to thank you for your time this morning. Thank you so much. But I'm going to go ahead and show your formal presentation now.
Okay.
Thank you very much. All right, give me 1 second to tee up the presentation from Brighton. Inshallah. Flying without a net. Here we go.
Our son's treated as an individual from the moment he gets off the bus here in the morning, and everyone is there ready to welcome him from the school.
The pupils, that's what it's all about, and that's why we're here. We have a thing about kindness here at Brighton College Bangkok, and I see it in the way they treat each other, and I see it in the way they interact with other people around the school. But it's not just about their character, they work hard. I see it in the classroom, I see it all around the school. They have a can-do attitude that is really refreshing and a real pleasure to work with.
My favourite subject is English because I really enjoy story writing, and especially planning the stories, because it's so good to see the finished piece of work.
My favourite subject at Brighton College is biology, because we have these beautiful, incredible labs that allow us to expand our knowledge and do practicals.
Our son is really blossoming under the CCA program here at Brighton. He particularly likes the swimming, and I think it's probably just the sheer range of activities on offer. You know, it's got him really interested, and we feel we can see a lot of growth.
I really enjoy doing dance club because I get to express my feelings through movement.
In CCAs, I try new things such as computing and game hack, which I found very interesting.
I really like the house systems here because as an older pupil of the school, the house system allows us to obviously shine as a student and gives us leadership roles, which allows us to connect with younger pupils and help guide them throughout their school life. The teachers at Brighton College are really supportive of all the students they have. I feel comfortable emailing them at any time if I need any help.
If I can choose one word to describe the children at Brighton College Bangkok, is happy. It's a very important word because every parent wants their children to be happy, right? And then when I come to school and on the school visit, I look around the school and then I see the children smiling, and then how they play, how they interact with the teachers, and it's just lovely to see how they trust each other.
The atmosphere of Brighton College is friendly and inclusive, and each child is recognized as an individual.
Friend of Brighton is not just our group, it's everybody in our school. We are all friends of Brighton. Yeah, we are together.
The core values of a Brighton College education are kindness, innovation, and ambition. I think as parents, we all want our sons and daughters to be good people, to have good manners and courtesy. We want them to have confidence without arrogance. We want them to be able to take measured risks and learn from them. We want them to have a sense of social responsibility. All characteristics of what we believe in as a quality education at Brighton.
My wife and I were looking for an environment that would give our child the most well-rounded education and development, something that would develop her academically, but also show her development as a person, character, and also extracurricular activities. And we felt that international schools, and Brighton in particular, offered that to a very high extent.
My first impression of Brighton College Bangkok was very positive. It was a very warm and welcoming place. I remember the head of school showed me around, and immediately I felt a culture of kindness. And that's ultimately what made me choose Brighton College Bangkok as the right school for my children.
My first impressions were very, very positive. We looked around the premises and we were impressed with the track, the running track, the swimming pool, and we are a sporty family, so that was an important thing for us.
The facilities in Brighton are excellent. They have a very good swimming pool. They have excellent facilities for basketball and indoor sports. And they have one of the best performance arts centers that I've seen in Thailand. My daughter enjoys art and enjoys performing, so this has really encouraged her to develop her interest for this.
So when Joris started his A Levels, he could see that he was able to manage his time and doing his subjects seriously in combination with his passion for drones and sports. And he flourished in that and became more mature. And well, this is his final year, and now he's getting ready, and I can see he's getting ready for the next step, which is university. And then I have to send him off, and he will be ready for it.
I think there aren't many schools like Brighton that prides itself on pastoral care value. A school that prides itself, or that has as its central tenet the importance of pastoral care, is school of the future, be all and end all for me in terms of how I look at the right school for my children. If the school has this culture of kindness at its heart, then that's the most important thing for me as a parent.
So to start with, I want to remind everybody that for Brighton College, they have they've offered a special promotion here for everybody who's joining us for the virtual summit, and that promotion is that they have an application fee waiver. So it's worth 5,000 baht, and they have 2 free visits to join their Bright Start parent and toddler group as well. So for anybody who is taking advantage of joining us here in the summit today, you can also take advantage of this special offer from Brighton.